Hello everyone, and welcome to Picta Mori. This is another horror visual novel for the 2022 Spooktober Visual Novel Jam. And for this one, we end up seeing people's deaths getting predicted by an AI image generator. Oh yeah. Sounds interesting. Let's get started. Sounds like we are out in like a hallway with a TV blaring somewhere. I'm not sure if this entire visual novel is made by one of those AI generated things out there, whatever they're called. Miss Greenwood. Miss Greenwood, are you okay? I come back from my thoughts and see Emma staring at me from the other side of the room. She looks worried. It's raining. I close the window and sit down on my chair. Sorry, that was miles away. I reply and give her a smile. She frowns, probably figuring out that I was forcing it. Emma comes here more often now. Since her classmate Alex died in a car accident 2 months ago, we talk for an hour every week. I serve her homemade cookies and tea. She chooses peppermint each time. Says it calms her mind. Its distinctive aroma fills the room and covers the scent of lavender I use. So, peppermint I feel like is something I can tolerate once in a while. Unless I'm having like thin mints or something. But I don't know if that's actually just peppermint or a different kind of mint. Either way. She suffers from panic attacks, which have gotten much worse due to the accident. Her mother died in a car crash when Emma was only 6 years old. Emma takes a sip from the cup. She does it so delicately, like a duchess. The rain continues pitter-pattering against the glass. She looks at the window. Dad's dating again. She's picking me up today. She pauses and keeps her face turned away from me, although I can hear how she's chewing her lower lip. What is she like? She is tall and dresses up nice. Smokes a lot. We're supposed to go to a picnic today. All 3 of us. Wait, you're going on a picnic when it's raining? Isn't like that the one time you don't want to be doing that? Are you glad it's raining? Dad's been planning this for a whole week. You will be disappointed. Oh, okay. I thought they were actually gonna go during the rain. You know what? Do it. How about you? Emma wraps both of her hands around the warm cup. Her lower lip is twitching as she struggles against the tears. Keep doing it. Emma. Tears start to drip down on Emma's rosy cheeks. She holds the cup tight, like it would fall any moment. He tries so hard to fill the empty space, She pauses and tries to pull herself together. Here's a tissue. Emma releases her right hand from the cup and takes the tissue. She brings it forth to her eyes to dry her tears. I know he means good, but he just doesn't get it. Why I always seem so distant to him. There was this Janet Dad was seeing a couple of years ago. I wonder if this was created by an AI, unless there's just some typos that wasn't caught before being submitted. She was very affectionate, but not annoyingly so. I kept telling Dad she was too good for him. She chuckles bitterly. Her perfume reminded me of summer. It was similar to what my mom would use. Emma looks down to her cup and smiles a little. It was like I got a small piece of Mom back. She sniffles quietly and greases tears off from her cheeks. We were going to spend the Christmas day together. Got her a tea mug with butterflies on it. She texted Dad just a couple of days after, and I haven't seen her since. She never called me or anything. Each time I found someone I like, they just disappear. Just don't want to get hurt anymore. I'm a coward. She sobs and hides behind the tissue paper. Let's give her a solution. You should try talking to your dad. You're always welcome to bring him here if you think it would help. Emma blows her nose quietly, leans back to the chair and takes a deep breath. Her eyes have turned red. Tea's gone cold. She laughs with relief. I reply to her with a chuckle and put my notes down. And there's plenty left. You're always welcome to stop by for a cup. Thanks you, Miss Greenwood. She smiles shyly and hands me over the cup. I reach to take the cup from her and put it down next to mine on the table. It's always a pleasure to talk with you. Send my regards to your dad, okay? I will. An interesting thing about this also is supposedly there's multiple endings. Some pretty loud rain here. The rain has gotten worse when I start heading back home from the gym. I live quite close to the city center, so I'm used to walking everywhere. With just a couple of blocks left, I hear my phone buzzing in my bag. Curious to see who would message me this late, I pick my phone. It's from Lizzie. I was with her at the gym. Some creep was staring you at the lobby, then left right after you, checking if you're alright, EXO. Shivers run down my spine, and I almost drop the phone. Without stopping, I quickly glance behind me. A tall, broad-shouldered person is following me. Likely a man. Although I can't see the features well due to the rain. I haven't been able to hear the sound of footsteps. With my hand shaking from cold and terror, I text her back. I'm followed. Almost home. Call police. switch the GPS on before I stuff my phone back in the bag. I go through my options. I could try running straight to the door, or I could try to lose him in the midst of buildings. I use the element of surprise to my advantage and start running. My legs are still burning from the spinning class, but I can't slow down. I slip around the corner and dash to the door. The 4-digit access code was recently changed. I haven't fully memorized it yet. Oh no. My hands shaking from adrenaline rush. I start pressing the buttons. First 4 numbers, and finally hash to confirm. Please work. What's taking so long? Oh wait, I don't know the numbers. Was that it? I just did 4 6s and hashtag. The police couldn't find a single trace of the man, but promised to go through surveillance cameras in case they had caught him on those. Lizzie and I described him as best we could, and they assured me they would be in touch should they find a fitting suspect. Lizzie stayed overnight, and the next one. I was sorry to see her leave, but she promised to call me as often as she could. I hated myself for abandoning the children, but I just couldn't leave the apartment. I could barely look at the front door without feeling sick. Dad stopped by a few times to bring me groceries and watch TV together. He loves old kung fu movies. It was nice to have him around. He told me he has quit drinking, but I could smell whiskey each time he hugged me on the door before leaving. And each time he would ruffle my hair and say, "You'll be alright. You're a fighter. You're Jackie Chan." He's kept saying that ever since Mom died. I don't know if I would ever say that to someone. Like, at a time of trying to make them actually feel better. Who knows? Maybe it'd work for some people. What if this time Jackie won't make? I asked him last night. You always find a way. There could be a ladder just around the corner, he laughed. So yeah, pretty sure this entire thing might be AI generated, which is pretty cool for how little mistakes there are so far. I hugged him for the second time and didn't let go. And once I lost the sight of his car from the window, I let myself fall down on the floor and cry my heart out. We're back here again. What was a few weeks felt like an eternity. It was good to be back at the school. Everything was as before. except my greens, which the janitor forgot to water. Miss Wood should get plastic instead. Easier to take care of, he said when we took the withered plants to the trash. She dropped my lavender-scented candle jar while picking up the dead golden pothos from the shelf. Its sturdy glass got barely stretched when it hit the floor with a strong impact. You should get rid of this foul thing before it gets you killed. She shook her head, horrified by the dent that appeared in the floor. Emma and many others came for a visit during the day. She leaped into my arms the moment I opened the door and broke into tears. She stayed for a tea and told me everything I'd missed during my weeks of absence. According to her own words, she's been doing just fine. Her father is still seeing Santa, the businesswoman she told me about before. Emma has apparently gotten along well with her. Santa is Finnish and has shown pictures of Lapland, where some of her family lives. She's promised to take Emma there someday to meet the real Santa Claus and his reindeer. Although Emma was sure she was just trying to tease her. I don't know. If she promised, especially Pinky promised, it has to be real, right? It was a relief to see Emma so happy, and I promised I could see her again soon. Once I get properly back on my feet. Oh, before I forget, she looks into her backpack and hands me over a beautiful tea mug with butterflies painted on its sides. I want you to have it, Miss Greenwood. It's gorgeous. Thank you so much, Emma. I take the mug from her. I knew you would like it. He smiles. To new beginnings. I raise the mug for a toast. To new beginnings. By afternoon, my desk was overflowing with cards and gifts from the children and the staff. I was getting ready to leave for the day when I heard knocking on the door. It's open, I called out while packing my things. Sorry to bother you so late, Miss Greenwood. I can come back tomorrow if you're just leaving. It's quite alright, Samir. Please, come on in. I wish him welcome and offer a seat. Samir is one of Alex's closest friends. Samir visited me a few times after the accident, but I haven't talked with him since. Would you like something to drink? I've got tons of chocolate if you want some. No, I'm fine, thank you, he says. Samir walks in and closes the door behind. He seems really anxious. How could anyone deny chocolate? It's so good. How can I help you? I ask, smiling, keeping a little distance from him. I don't know how to say this. He pauses. But it's been haunting me for months now. Samir takes his phone and turns its screen towards me. What the? It's a picture of Alex. I feel nauseous. I close my eyes and try to shake it off. But Alex's empty stares burned into my mind. Put that away, please. Samir follows my request immediately by taking his phone down to his side. God, why would you show me that? Who took it? The police? Where did you even get that? A flood of questions rushes out of my mouth. You won't believe this, but Alex sent it to me only one day before the accident. Damn right I won't believe that. I cannot contain my anger and frustration. Someone is playing a sick, cruel joke at the expense of that poor boy. You better tell me the truth. Now. Very well, Miss Greenwood. Allow me to explain. As we prop up our glasses. Alex and I used to read scary stories we found from the internet. One night, Alex came across this site called Picta Mori. It's one of these AI image generators where artificial intelligence would create a picture based on your description. According to this scary story, if you should enter your own name as a text prompt and send it to the AI exactly at 3 a.m., AI produces a picture of how you would die. Samir explains calmly. This kind of reminds me of... I don't remember the name of the anime. I think there was 2 or 3 seasons. But where you would find this website at a specific time. And I think you enter the name of someone. And whoever's name you enter, they die. I wonder if that's what they're going for this one. Or the AI, if the AI made this. It quickly became an online dare among young people. Shockingly, there are lots of evidence how the predictions have come true. How do you know if any of them are real? And what about Alex? That picture doesn't prove anything. I went to see his body, Miss Greenwood. Alex was missing his left eye. How did you know where he was? With all respect, I would never lie about something like this. I knew he was telling the truth. Samir wasn't that kind of person who would lie about something like this. I need to sit. My head hurts. I let myself drop on the chair. All the lights in the room dazzle my eyes. This is a bit too much. I'm terribly sorry, Miss Greenwood. I just couldn't keep this to myself anymore. He looks down. Oh no. It's okay. I'm just... Miss Greenwood? Miss Greenwood? I can hear Samir's calming voice as he calls an ambulance until everything goes silent. Do you have any plans for the weekend? I don't know yet. I heard Susan is holding a party. Yeah. Are we the light that's talking? What is going on? You're not going? I don't know yet. could be fun. Yeah. I guess this was a memory. I woke up at the central hospital just a couple of hours after the paramedics had brought me in. Knowing my condition, the doctor wanted to keep me in monitors overnight. Hospitals have always made me anxious, and staying in for the night felt much like a death sentence to me. Luckily, the room they gave me was unoccupied, and after the supper, I was tired enough to fall asleep quickly. The next evening, I was allowed to leave after the checkup. The doctor encouraged me to call someone to take me back home. Let's call Lizzie. She's pretty reliable, right? Right? Why is it? Oh. Wanker. Arseholes like that shouldn't be driving, but a tricycle. Lizzie has the looks of a saint, but she swears like a trooper. How was your day? It was a disaster. Lizzie complains bitterly. I made an ass of myself. What happened? Lizzie sighs heavily. The kids were being obnoxious. She shakes her head in disgust. I thought I had planned the perfect lesson. They just wouldn't listen. So you lost control? Lizzie gives me a look that's equal parts exasperated and irritated. Of course I did. And what did you do? I asked gently. I told them to shut up, like any normal person would do, right? Did you apologize to them? I press her. Liz shakes her head firmly. No. I'm not sorry. I meant every word. Okay, I was kidding, but... Come on. We're just kids, right? Then you learned something valuable today. You can only take action when you're calm and collected. Who says that? Rumble in Bangkok, 1977. Bugger off, nerd. We look at each other shortly and start laughing. It's so good to have your sense of humor back, Lizzie exclaims. Well, don't get used to it. What do you mean? Lizzie looks at me strangely. I've got cancer. Lizzie stops laughing. What? Where? She gasps. Up in the think box. Answer plainly. I was diagnosed back in June. So enjoy my company while you can. Oh my god, she exclaims. Yeah, I know. Are you going to die? It's too early to say for sure, but the doctor said the chances are 50-50. Fuck. That's terrible. I'm really sorry. That's okay. That's the opposite of okay, idiot. She shouts and hits the steering wheel. What about chemo? I'm going to try the conventional treatment first, which consists of radiation and chemotherapy. If that doesn't work, then we'll talk about surgery. Do you want me to come with you to the hospital? What do I say in this situation? Yes or no? You know what? It just means more time spent together. And that would be great, I respond. I'd feel more comfortable if you were there. Lizzie nods and looks down on the road again. It has started to snow. We're both silent for a moment. This sounds weird, but if you could look to the future how you die, would you do it? No, absolutely not. I hate death. Would you? I don't know. Maybe. If you knew what your death was going to look like, it might make things easier for you. I doubt it. What if it was all going to end tomorrow, and you had a chance to spend your last day of life doing whatever you wanted? I'd probably sleep until noon, and then go out for lunch. Is it a date? What? Your last day on Earth. Can we at least have a dinner together? Sure. She answers without hesitation. Can you tell me what will happen after that? I'll show you. She smirks and pulls the car over to the side. Wait a second. What the? Okay. Cover your ears, please. Have you decided yet? I think I'll be going. That's wonderful. I'm really proud of you. Dad didn't take it well though. We usually play tennis together on Fridays. Remember that you have the rights to do your own choices. He says house parties are a waste of time. Talk to him. He was once your age too. Alex? I should have listened to my dad. What's wrong? What happened? I made my own choice, just like you told me to. And look what it did to me. Alex? Where are you? I can't see you. I'm right here, Miss Greenwood. Look at me. Okay. I wake up covered in sweat and with a terrible headache. Lizzie is sleeping soundly next to me, like nothing happened. I kiss her on the forehead before I get out of bed quietly and put on my dressing gown. I look for the painkillers on the nightstand The alarm clock glows its gloomy green light and tells me it's 2:43 a.m. I grab the pills and swallow them down without water. The feeling we're gonna see the AI thing soon, huh? They get stuck in my throat and make me cough. Lizzie stirs but doesn't wake up. My stomach feels queasy, and my head keeps pounding until the painkillers start working. Only 15 minutes left. There is an eerie silence in my apartment. I feel scared every time I hear a noise outside. I want to go back to sleep, but I can't stop thinking about that cursed website. What if it's true? What if I could know what will happen? What if I could know what will be the end of me? And what if knowing it scares me so much that it makes things worse? A wave of panic washes over me, and I sit on the edge of the bed gripping my knees while I watch the clock. Less than 10 minutes now. I take deep breaths and squeeze my eyes shut. I picture myself lying on a hospital bed with my head shaven and tubes attached everywhere. I need to know. I have to find out. I go quietly to the living room where my laptop is. My hands are shaking as I open the lid. Is this really going to help? Would knowing my fate make things better or worse? Will it change anything? I can't just choose not to know. I open the browser and type the address into the search bar. Is this like a website known to everyone? What the hell? The page loads and I'm greeted by an ominous picture in a warning. This website contains material which may be inappropriate for some users. Do you wish to proceed? I click yes, and the text fades away and a new window opens. In the middle of the screen is a form I have to fill in. According to Samir's explanation, all I need to do now is write my name and wait until the clock is exactly 3 a.m. That was kind of loud for me. What was that? I take a deep breath and begin typing my full name. When I finish, I close my eyes and try to relax. The next thing I know, the clock says 3 a.m. I press enter and wait. Nothing happens. I check the time again. 3:01 a.m. Still nothing. I'm starting to think there's no way this works, as creepy music and sounds happen again. Maybe I've made a mistake somewhere. I'm sure I typed the name correctly. I refresh the page. A picture of a woman appears on the screen. Her eyes are closed and there's a gaping wound on her forehead that has spilled a pool of blood beside her. The resemblance is remarkable. My heart beats faster. I lean closer to the screen. It's definitely me. My chest tightens. I can't breathe. I try to move my mouse to close the window, but my hand won't obey. I keep staring at the picture of me, and I can't tear my gaze away. I'm terrified. I don't understand it. Why would this be me? How did they get a picture of me? No, no, no. Something isn't right. There's a high pitch ringing in my ears, and my vision starts to blur. I can barely see the screen anymore. I shake my head to clear it, and close my eyes. That horrible image flashes through my mind and makes me feel nauseous. My head feels like someone is twisting a knife inside it. What the? Please, make it stop. I cry out loud and desperately throw my laptop aside. It crashes against the floor and the monitor turns off. Malin. Lizzie rushes into the living room and switches the lights on. What's wrong? She shouts and comes over to the couch. Something bad, I gasp, and lean on to her. I saw a picture of me. I will appreciate that white ringing noise. That white noise, whatever you want to call it, didn't last too long. I explain everything to Lizzie. I tell her about my dream and the website, and she listens without saying a word. Lizzie tries to cover me by stroking my hair while I keep crying against her shoulder. I feel weak and exhausted. She brings me a glass of cold water and places it on my lips. And we sit there together in silence, watching the minutes tick away. When I come around, it's already morning. I curl up in a ball on the couch and try to ignore the throbbing in my temples. My laptop lies broken on the carpet, reminding me of what happened last night. Lizzie comes from the kitchen carrying a tray with coffee and toast. I nod numbly and take a sip of the bitter liquid. Is it that bad? She asks, looking worried. I shake my head. No, it's just... She sits next to me and rests her cheek on my shoulder. I feel her warm fingers caressing my wrist. You'll be okay, she whispers. Her touch calms me down a little. I wrap my arms around her and rest my head in the crook of her neck. I'm sorry I woke you up, I whisper. Don't worry about it. She strokes my hair and softly and kisses my forehead. She promises to give me a lift later back to school to pick my things up. It's almost noon before I finally force myself back on my feet. Lizzie drives me to the school's entrance and says she'll be waiting for me until I'm done. Since it's Saturday, I have to call the janitor to let me in. What? How do I say that? You keep Pilly Wally? Or are you feeling all ricked? I manage a weak smile. Yeah, I'm okay. I guess I wasn't sleeping well. Feel like she's speaking her own language over there. She gives me a sympathetic smile and gestures to get inside as she unlocks the door. That should be everything. I put down the bag containing my belongings on my desk. I sit down on my chair to take a little rest before heading back when the door suddenly opens. I thought I heard someone here. A middle-aged man leads into the room. Do you teach here? He asks me. No, I say quickly and stand up. Wait. If the janitor had to open and unlock everything, how did he get in here? He looks at me suspiciously. I'm sorry for interrupting your work. He smiles politely, but his eyes are piercing like needles. I work as a psychologist here. Is there something I could help you with? I smile back to him. I'm looking for my son's locker. His voice sounds strained. What grade is he in? He was third year of high school. He says slowly. He died a few months ago. You must be Alex's father. I'm terribly sorry for your loss. He nods again sadly. Yeah, that's right. You knew my son? You could say that. I give him a small smile. The man walks to my desk and offers me his hand. I'm David. I shake his hand. Malin, pleased to meet you. He has a strong grip. So you've been talking with my son? Yes. He stopped by a few times. Thank you for taking care of him. He was such a polite young man. What did he tell you about me? He asks, his voice shaking. You know what, let's see what happens if we say the truth. He said he loves you very much, but he didn't always agree with you. I look at him. His face turns pale and he looks away from me. I'm about to talk to him when my phone starts to ring. I'm sorry. I'll get this real quick. David waves slightly for a response and walks from the desk. I reach into my bag. The call comes from a restricted number. Hello? This is Assistant Commissioner Scully speaking. Is Malin Greenwood on the phone? My heart begins to race. Yes. I answer, my voice breaking. Malin? Is everything alright? Yes, I'm fine. I force myself to sound calm. We've got news concerning a report from the last month. We found footage of the person you were looking for. Yeah? We're sending you a copy of what we found. Perhaps you could help us to recognize the suspect. Okay. Wait a minute. Isn't that... I freeze. There's no denying it. The person on the picture is David. I gasp out and look up. David is standing next to the shelf on the opposite side of the room. Miran, is something wrong? Yes. That tapestry looks really pretty. I try to speak calmly. Do you require emergency assistance? Please, I would love it. I laugh and keep my eyes on David. Are you in immediate danger? Absolutely. I would like to order 5 rolls. I lean over the desk and close my eyes for a second. My pulse is beating so fast. I can feel it through my fingertips. Understood. Officers are on their way. Please, don't hang up. Thank you. I reply and place the phone on the chair without ending the call. Alex told me a lot of things about you, David says without turning around at me. Did he? I turn my head to look at him and force a smile. He always spoke so highly of you. He was an excellent student. I try to sound net neutral. He was smart and funny. He told me how you encouraged him to stand his ground. I tried to give him confidence, but I also wanted to make sure he had a safe space where he could express all his feelings. And what makes you think he didn't feel safe at his home? David asked quietly, but I can sense suppressed anger in his voice. Maybe he was afraid that if he talked, the people who loved him wouldn't be willing to listen. You mean his own father? His voice is low. I couldn't read what we said fast enough, but it seems like we got cut off. What happened to my son was your fault. David growls in anger. I open my mouth to respond, but then stop. If he would have listened to me, he would be alive still. I know. I'm so sorry, David. You should be. He shouts. I can see the emergency lights reflecting from the window next to me before they go off. Please, David, let me go. You can't bring him back. My voice trembles. David turns and steps closer to me. He is holding my candle jar in his right hand. You let him die. He went out and got killed because of you. His arm is shaking. Oh man, what do we do? I mean, playing for more time. Seems to be pretty upset right now. If we run, we might die. I don't think a cup is gonna work. We're gonna try buying more time. David, don't do this. He was my only son. David's voice is breaking. Please, I beg him, let me go. You will pay for his death. David grabs my wrist and pulls me close to him. The sound of shattering glass echoes in the room, and I fall. I'm staring at the ceiling. I feel something warm running across my cheek. I try to reach it, but I can't move a muscle. I hear footsteps approaching. Two silhouettes appear around me. Can you hear me? The gentle voice asks. I try to blink, but can't manage to do so. It's okay. Stay still. Another voice says. Another silhouette appears right above me. I hear Lizzie's voice crying and calling for me. I can't make out her words anymore. I am tired. I want to sleep. I think we chose the bad option. It just seemed like the most logical voice to me. It's been cloudy since November, but the sun on New Year's Day is shining brightly. The rays of sunlight are like a warm greeting from heaven. The fresh air of this winter morning feels warm. I walk along a familiar path through the cemetery and kneel down next to a grave. I dust off the snow from the headstone and press my hand gently against a small bronze angel sculpture fixed to the front side of the stone. Happy New Year, Mom, I tell her with a smile. After cleaning up the grave, I continue walking towards the center of the graveyard. There's one more to visit this year. Once I approach the grave, I notice a familiar figure standing beside it. Her long red hair is blowing in the wind. She looks like an angel in her white winter coat. She turns around at the sound of my footsteps and smiles sadly. I remember you from the funeral. Am I right? Yes. You're here for Malin, aren't you? I nod. I should probably go. I don't want to bother you two. He smirks and walks away without waiting for an answer. Oh no. Wait, I shout and run after her. You can stay if you like to. It's okay. The woman smiles and stands there looking at me. I feel a little embarrassed. Thank you, she says softly. I'm Elizabeth, but you can call me Lizzie. We shake hands. Her hand feels warm despite the cold weather. And nice to meet you, Lizzie. We walk back to the grave together. I miss her. Me too. Did you know her well? I look up to her and see tears glistening in her eyes. Yeah. We were really close. Like friends? More than that. She looks at me smiling. I loved her. I just wish I could have told her how much. Why didn't you tell her your feelings? You would have wanted to hear it. Because... Lizzie pauses and takes a deep breath. Because I've always been afraid of losing her. I'm a coward like that. You don't seem like a coward. You have shown great courage in coming to speak with me. And that sounds like something she'd say. I'm glad I met you today, Emma, she says eventually. Likewise. Say goodbye to her for me, Lizzie says and starts walking away from me. I watch her until she disappears among the trees and reach into my bag to take out the butterfly tea mug. When I place it carefully on the snow right next to the headstone, a sudden breeze picks up and plays with my hair for a brief moment. To new beginnings. I take a swift turn to the closest alley on my left and quicken my steps. To my horror, I see my pursuer speeding up to a jog and heading after me. My heart is pounding as I scamper through the alleys, the sound of my boots is echoing from the walls surrounding me. I turn and look behind. I must keep going. Someone is calling, but I can't stop now. Just a few more turns, and I'll be at my door. My ears are ringing. Feels like my heart is bursting through my chest. Just a bit farther. This doesn't seem right. Have I taken a wrong turn? Where am I? I don't recognize any of this. My lungs are about to explode. I can't breathe. It's all computer made these days. Ed sighs heavily. The old fight scenes were so much better than what we see on screens today. I nod while looking out the window. The sky is covered with dark clouds. Looks like it will rain soon. Ed always talks about old movies when we are together, to avoid conversations that would, or could, lead to an argument, or things that would make him sad. I remember watching Enter the Dragon in 1973 at the cinema. I was 14 years old, and your granddad took me there as a treat for being good at school. What movie theater did you go to? Lion Art Cinema. Long gone now. Didn't it have a lion statue outside the entrance? How do you remember that? There's a picture of you and Mother standing in front of it. Dad goes silent for a moment. Yeah. There was a lion statue at the Lionheart Cinema. We used to go there every Sunday. Your mother and I can hear him swallowing heavily. His breathing becomes more strained. I know Dad wants to say something, but he just shakes his head. We can talk about her, you know. He takes a deep breath. I don't want to. Dad, try to sound calm. You're not helping yourself by avoiding this. It hurts so much. I know, Dad. But it's really important that we can talk about her. I'm so sorry. He whispers before sniffing loudly. Tears run down his cheeks. For everything. He starts sobbing. You need to stop blaming yourself. I never should have let myself get so drunk that night. Everyone makes mistakes. I promised her to stop drinking after the accident, but she was gone the next morning. Dan looks at the road ahead. My mistake killed my wife, and almost took my daughter from me as well. He sniffs again. I wish I was dead instead. Don't say that. That's not how life works. We all make mistakes and bad decisions. You can't keep punishing yourself forever. Mom wouldn't want you to suffer like this. I failed as a father and husband. What kind of man does that make me? A human one. Rumble in Bangkok, 1977. Thank you, sweetie. As long as you're with me, I'll be okay. I promise. I've got cancer. He looks at me in shock and pulls the car over to the side. We look at each other in silence. When did you find out? He finally asks and tries not to cry. It started as a headache a few months ago. They checked me and found a tumor in my brainstem. We're gonna try the conventional treatment first, which consists of radiation and chemotherapy. If that doesn't work, then we'll talk about surgery. He leans over to hug me, tightly. You can beat this. I know you can. You're strong. I have a feeling I'm gonna lose this battle. I sob and squeeze him back. No, you won't. I believe in you. I'm so scared. Start crying on his shoulder. So am I. But we're not gonna give up until you're cured. There is always a way. Or a ladder just around the corner. I laugh with tears in my eyes. Exactly. I love you, Dad. I love you too, sweetie. Malin's dad notices me and gestures to come closer. He invites me into his arms for a hug. Smells like coffee and leather. His eyes are red from crying. Thank you for coming here today. She was my best friend. I replied before looking back at the grave. She told me that no matter how far we are apart, our spirits will be together forever. Kick of Power, 1979. Sorry? Nothing. He smiles sadly. Just a little game we used to play. We stand there silently for a moment. I better get going. At my age, you can't afford to stay too long in the cold. Happy New Year, Emma. Happy New Year, Mr. Greenwood. Call me Sean. He gives me another quick hug and then walks away slowly. I watch her until she disappears among the trees, and reach into my bag to take out the butterfly tea mug. When I place it carefully on the snow right next to the headstone, a A sudden breeze picks up and plays with my hair for a brief moment. To new beginnings. So yeah, that was Picta Mori. Again, this was another horror visual novel for the 2022 Spooktober Visual Novel Jam. This one was pretty unique, I would have to say, in that I'm pretty sure the entire thing is AI generated, including the story, not just the images. Either way, I think it's pretty impressive. Pretty good overall for how short it is too. The amount of length that was put into making it. I do wish that there were more fleshed out multiple endings. Maybe I just couldn't find them. But either way, yeah, I really enjoyed this. The fact that you can have multiple choices for a visual novel generated by an AI, pretty impressive if that's the case. But yeah, like the video if you like the video. Subscribe if you would like to see more. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on Picta Mori. You thought the whole AI thing was pretty neat. And I will leave a link to the game in the description below as always. And yeah, take it easy.